Do you remember the first time you worked up the courage to ask somebody to dance? I remember I was in my early teens, 12 to 13 years old. By the way, we're talking about this because I just dropped an Aussie rock version of I Want to Dance with Somebody just for a bit of fun, so you can check it out on Spotify. Anyway, I go to a Maris Brothers boys' school, and it's my first dance ever. And this is at a time when we're all making sense of our hormones, right? And for a lot of us, it's paralyzing. You can be so hijacked by your hormones when you see somebody you're attracted to that it paralyzes you. Some are extroverts, they go out and they oversteer that way. I went inwards, right? And I'll never forget when I walked into the hall and they had the disco lights pumping and I don't know, whatever rave music we listened to back then. And you would think that there was a war about to break out because there were like boys down one end of the hall and girls down the other end of the hall. It was like somebody was about to call bull rush or something. And eventually, 1, 2, 3, 4, like we all started mingling and that's it. Everyone's bopping on the dance floor. And I see this girl, I can't dance. I'm just sitting on the side with my mate. And I see this girl who, by the way, at this age, we're all maturing at different rates, right? And she was probably ahead of me and had this confident aura. And I was like, oh, I want to dance with her. And I'm like, I don't know what to say because, like, I don't dance. So I'm asking somebody to do something with me that I don't know how to do, right? We all know why we're there, like, well, a lot of us anyway. And I say this to my mate, and he doesn't know what he's talking about. The advice he gives me is like, dude, just go up to her and say, do you want to dance? It doesn't matter how you dance. Like, or you could just say, just walk up and just start moving your body and clicking your fingers and looking her in the eyes and she'll love it, man. And he's giving me all this bad advice, but at least it was encouragement. And I'm sitting there for about, I don't know, I reckon about half an hour to 45 minutes, just staring at this girl who, if you saw me staring at this girl, you'd think I was a creep, but really I was just paralyzed with nerves. Anyway, I look at the clock and I'm like, I don't have much time. I gotta do this. I take a big breath and my heart is pumping. My palms are sweaty and I'm like, damn, I can't hold her hands. Like if she says yes, I'm all sweaty. And I walk up to her and she's there with her girlfriends. And I say, hey, do you want to dance? And she looked at me and she's like, hey, are you Nathan Cavalieri? And I go, yeah. And by the way, I'm really uncomfortable with being that person back then. It was terrible being in the, on TV while I was going through puberty. And she's like, I thought so. She laughed and she slapped me in the head. And then went off with her girlfriends. That was the first time. That was my first experience asking a girl to dance. No wonder I was incredibly insecure with the girls throughout my teenage years. So there you go. Please tell me I'm not the only one to be embarrassed in those situations. Speaking of embarrassment, go and check out my Aussie rock version of Whitney Houston's I Want to Dance with Somebody on your favorite streaming service.